I need your opinion. What do you think of these 2020 Asian movies that I haven't seen yet? I have to make an admission, I haven't seen every exciting new Asian movie that was released in 2020. There's just not enough time in the week to get around to everything. In this video, I'm going to take a look at 20 Asian movies that were released in 2020, and if you've seen any of them, leave me a comment telling me if I should watch it. Some of these movies are still in cinema, some of them haven't been released on Blu-ray or streaming yet, and some of them are already out and I just haven't had a chance to watch them yet. In alphabetical order, here are the movies I want to see but haven't seen yet. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, I would have seen this one. Because of all the movies on this list, this is the one I'm most excited about. From the trailer, this looks like it will be a very exciting horror thriller movie about two women who live in different time periods, one in 2019 and the other in 1999. A phone call connects them when the woman of the future tells the woman of the past she's about to die. Starring Park Shin-hye, who is in 2020's #Alive. Let's hope this film ends up being more exciting than that. Look out for it on Netflix. I know I will be. I'm always very skeptical of Chinese movies like this, as I feel it's going to be heavy-handed with the social messaging, so I hope the story and action are exciting enough to overlook it. A massive cast including Daniel Wu from the Overheard trilogy, Chan Yen Wang from the 800, Jessie Lee from Monster Run and the upcoming Yin Yang Master, and Michelle Wai from Integrity and White Storm 2, and directed by the man who has written a lot of exciting Hong Kong action thrillers. This movie combines a series of real-life heists and robberies into one story and adds a subplot about the police detective who hunts them down. The trailers are action-packed, but I'm still worried about how the story will be told. I don't know too much about this other than knowing my fellow Asian film fans partner absolutely raves about it and has told me I need to watch this. Available in the original cinema cut and a special director's cut that adds 6 additional minutes of footage, this is a thriller about an assassin who travels to Thailand to solve a kidnapping case and finds himself being chased by the brother of a man he killed. The plot sounds exciting, but it's the cast that generates the most interest. Starring Jun Min Hwang and Jung Jae Lee, who were both in probably the best modern Asian gangster film since Infernal Affairs, The Brilliant New World. Expectations are high, but rumour on the street is that it's warranted. I know, this is a cheap-looking horror movie, but I love cheap-looking horror movies. Hospital-based horror movies have been done to death, so what's new that this movie brings to the table? Well, just the fact it was filmed in the most haunted location in Taiwan, as voted on by Taiwanese netizens. This movie seems to be something about spirit mediums who run tours of the hospital, with the ability of being able to call the spirits of dead relatives. The trailer is creepy, gory, and atmospheric, but there hasn't been a good horror movie in 2020, and I'm not 100% convinced this is it. Eventually released to mixed reviews in October, this spectacular looking Chinese animation movie from the same studio as 2019 hit film Ne Zha has been a relative worldwide success, currently in the top 10 of 2020 worldwide highest grossing movies. Telling the story of the soon-to-be deity Jiang Ziya, as he is given the task of destroying the demon fox in order to take his rightful place with the other gods. This movie should have been released for Chinese New Year, but due to COVID was delayed. This one has an English dub, for those who are strangely interested in English movie dubs, and a distribution deal with Wellgo USA, so hopefully I'll pick up a collector's edition 4K Blu-ray disc sometime in the future. No doubt I will pronounce this wrong, but another horror movie that piqued my interest for 2020 is this Indonesian chiller Kajeng Kliwon. Set in Bali, a woman is about to marry a man who isn't a local, and there seems to be a few secrets he is hiding. I'll be the first to admit the trailer looks really cheap, with some bad acting and average effects, but I have given the big budget Indonesian horror movies a chance this year, and they've really disappointed. So maybe this low budget chiller can be what I'm looking for. I really hope so. If there are two things I'm a sucker for in movies, after horror, it's movies based on true stories and sports movies. Usually sports movies are based on true stories, and this movie is the perfect example. Another movie delayed from Chinese New Year and eventually released in October. This Peter Chan directed biopic is about Chinese volleyball legend Jenny Lan Ping. Her rise to fame in the 70s with the unstoppable women's volleyball team, and her subsequent return to China to coach the now famous gold medal winning 2016 Rio Olympics women's volleyball team. Starring Gong Li from the recent Disney movie Mulan, Huang Bo, Yu Changpeng, Lang Ping's real-life daughter Lydia Bai, and most of the real 2016 gold medal women's volleyball team, including Zhu Ting, the #1 volleyball athlete in the world, this movie does sound very exciting. It also could be just laden with propaganda, so while I'm very much looking forward to it, I'll approach this with some caution. Could there be a more beautiful Japanese actress in the world right now other than Masami Nagasawa? I doubt it very much. On top of her stunning looks, she also tends to make pretty good films. From I Am a Hero to Masquerade Hotel, she was also a voice in the awesome anime movie Your Name and is also starring in the upcoming Detective Chinatown 3. Mother seems like a real change of pace for Masami, where she plays a single mother called Akiko, addicted to having sex with men to get close to them for their money. That's about all I know of this film, but I know it's out and I really should get my butt into gear to watch this one. It's been a while since I've seen a good new Japanese movie. There are 5 reasons to see this film. 1. It's produced by Jiang Ziya, and you should know who he is. 2. It has a massive cast, including Huang Bo, the 2 leads of Detective Chinatown, Shen Ten, Ma Li, Wu Jing, and so many more. 3. It actually looks funny for a Chinese movie. 4. It looks to be making fun of the propaganda movie My People, My Country from 2019. 5. It's the second highest grossing movie worldwide of 2020. That's 5 good reasons that I want to see this film. Speaking of 5, it's made up of 5 short comedy stories. My fingers are crossed for this one. There's nothing like a good comedy movie, and this Korean comedy thriller looks like it might provide some decent laughs. An alien crash lands onto Earth with some strange cargo. A newlywed woman suspects her perfect husband might be too perfect and calls in the help of some private investigators to hopefully uncover the truth. Some genuine laugh-out-loud moments in the trailer, coupled with the typically cute Korean humour, could be a great mix. And it also stars Lee Jung-hyun from Peninsula, so for her, really, the only way is up after that disaster. This is definitely one I'd be keen to know more about if you've seen it. Modern-day Chinese auteur Jiang Ziya might have smashed it out of the park with this film. Long delayed and caught up in censorship hell for over a year, until it was finally released at the end of November with a rumoured 60 seconds of edits made to the final product. A man escapes from a prison labour camp, which is where I'm going to assume a bulk of the edits of the story were made, and chases down a copy of a film called Heroes. The reason? His estranged daughter appears in the film for 1 second, hence the title of the movie. Disaster strikes when the print is almost destroyed, but his tireless devotion to see his daughter on the big screen, even if it's only for 1 second, results in the print being saved and eventually screened. Starring longtime Yumel collaborator Zhang Yi, I'd be lying if I said I can't wait to watch this film. As previously mentioned, Chinese comedies can be very hit and miss, especially for international audiences. Coupled with a romantic element, and it's a surefire way to disaster territory. But this film seems a little different. Starring the cute Guan Xiaotong as Xiaoxi, a chubby woman who takes a mysterious pill, makes a wish and wakes up skinny, and heartthrobs Johnny Huang in the lead role as Han Bing, her long-suffering best friend and secret crush, and Darren Chen as the love rival. My biggest fear with this movie is how much did the Chinese government interfere with the messaging. My impression from the trailer is that Xiaoxi returns to being a chubby girl, realising that good looks and fame and fortune are not the keys to happiness, which seems like the type of social message the Chinese government would want to get across. Let's hope the filmmakers worked out a way to do it without compromising too much. Chinese horror movies are disasters. With the very, very rare occurrence, they are never any good. It's even a running joke with Chinese movie lovers who frequently lambast any Chinese horror movie released. And I even have a regular video series on this channel where I take a detailed look at them and explain why they're so bad. But as I've said, there's always a very rare occurrence, and it's usually when a foreign director is involved. For the Perilous internet ring, which I have a feeling will get a wider international release under a different name, potentially She Died on QQ, which wouldn't make sense outside of China, or Cyber Ring or Internet Ring, which would tie the movie to director Norio Tsutsura's previous work on the Japanese Ringu series. Initial reviews on Chinese website Douban have confirmed some of my fears with this movie, but I still want to see it for myself, because while I can probably guess the ending with 100% accuracy, I'm still hoping the journey there will actually be pretty good. If there's any Asian country that pushes the expectations of their cinema industry, it's Korea. A former Korean intelligence agent gets involved with the first human clone by the name of Seobok, an immortal, genetically modified being who's also being hunted down by others. Part science fiction, part action, but all excitement, this looks to have the hallmarks of what we expect from Korean cinema. Excellent acting that never verges into the melodramatic, terrific effects, and a potentially award-winning storyline. This is getting a wide international release, usually a good sign that the studio thinks it has potential. While the title might be a little difficult to pronounce, or maybe that's just me, I think this one will be an easy film to watch and recommend to others. Andy Lau is a man that can put bums on seats, whether it's at a music concert to his adoring fans who love his songs, or in a cinema where he has the reputation of some of the most exciting Hong Kong action and thriller films of the last several decades. Being released on Christmas Eve 2020, this movie will put bums on seats. A potential return to form for Hong Kong action thrillers, this sequel in name only sees Lau as Officer Poon, a bomb disposal expert who loses a leg in a tragic mishap, as well as his memory. With the help of some of his former partners, he's brought back in to solve a series of deadly bombings that are occurring at famous Hong Kong landmarks. What made the first film so exciting is that it was all set in one night in the Cross Harbour Tunnel that connects Central to Hong Kong Island. I've been in that tunnel many times, and the thought of something like that happening there is terrifying. So can the sequel capture that same feeling with its expanded setting? Only time will tell. Okay, I admit I know absolutely nothing about this movie, but I was completely sucked in by the title and the trailer. The full title is Silent Tokyo So This Is Christmas, and it's about a bomb threat called into a Japanese TV station on Christmas Eve. Hey, that's 2 movies in a row about bombs and Christmas Eve. As wrong as I'm about to be, this movie is giving me massive Die Hard vibes. So maybe I've hyped this movie too much in my mind, but with Koichi Sato in the lead role, my expectations might be well founded. He plays a contract worker at a TV station, and somehow gets caught up with a housewife who's obviously in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, where have I heard that saying before? Oh, that's right, Die Hard. Please make this the Japanese Die Hard movie we've always wanted. This movie came out of nowhere, and now all of a sudden it's on my must-watch wishlist. Stylish Korean action film Slate is about exciting as you could hope for an action film. This absolutely awesome looking Korean action comedy with some slight sci-fi elements is about a talented swordswoman, Yeon Hee, who gets transported to a parallel universe while acting as a stand-in on the set of an action film. In the parallel world, her dreams of being a hero are realised as she puts her phenomenal sword skills to good use. Action movies like this are ones I always look forward to, and considering it comes from Korea, who have an excellent track record with action comedies, I have no doubt this is going to be a massive cult hit, and I'm very excited to watch it. If there's one thing producer Bill Kong is good at, it's fantasy movies. His Monster Hunt series is well loved, and this one is looking like it could develop into quite a decent franchise. This movie tells the story of a fox demon who must search for a magic pill, which can be found in the spirit of a scholar. The pill will grant him immortality, but complications arise when the fox demon and the scholar form a friendship. Admittedly, I'm attracted to this movie by the visual style. Impressive looking monster CGI and some potentially funny, if silly moments will be had with this movie. There are a lot of fantasy movies set to come out towards the end of 2020, with 2 movies based on the Yin Yang Master IP, but this movie looks to be the more accessible and potentially the more entertaining, and because of Bill Kong, it has a better chance of a proper international release. Okay, another admission. I've never seen the first movie, but I know it has the same actors, they're just playing flipped roles. The good guy is now the bad guy, and vice versa. So then I assume this isn't a direct sequel. This movie is set in the future where the world is on the brink of a war, with the leaders of both North and South Korea, as well as the United States, being kidnapped by the crew of a North Korean submarine. A potential popcorn action flick looks like it'd only be let down by some shonky English acting. Surely it can't be too hard to find a few decent English actors in Korea. Either way, I want to see things blow up, and it looks like it could be a submarine. And finally, this Japanese horror movie has flown under my radar, and for good reason. The only other horror film I watched from Japan this year was the truly incredibly awful Howling Village. So I hope this movie is the opposite of that. In Stigmatized Properties, a failing TV comedian decides to try and revive his career by moving into an apartment where a murder has taken place, and live streaming the whole ordeal. As expected, freaky stuff starts to occur the longer he stays. I'm getting some Halloween Resurrection vibes with this trailer, but surely this can't be as bad as that. Time will tell when I can eventually find the movie to watch. Well, that's my list of 2020 Asian movies I haven't seen yet. Hopefully I'll get to see all of these shortly and get reviews up with my thoughts on if they were worth waiting for. But if you've seen any of these, please let me know what you thought of them, and if I should waste my time watching them. Otherwise, thanks for watching. If this was interesting, please press the like button and consider subscribing to keep up to date with the latest Asian movie reviews and Chinese movie trailers translated into English.